Good evening, my friends. So tonight I want to share you something about what's my view regarding Jian Ghomeshi firing and your career choice. So gonna be a two-part. First part just the legal part and what I know about the labor law regarding a case like that. Second part is rather like your career choice. So this is what I know. Before I start, if you have any HR legal advice, I'm not a lawyer. The best person to talk to is your MBC. If you make under certain income, you can call the law line. You can ask for like 30-minute legal aid here. Someone on the phone will help. Yeah. So anyway, get started. So based on my understanding, okay, I'm not going to discuss all the alleged offense because it hasn't been proven at the court. So what I do know is job like him is under union, which is, and CBC is federal regulated job. So there's two kind of job in Canada: provincial regulated and federal regulated. Most of the job are provincial regulated, like all the service job or factory. What's federal regulated is your employer service different across provinces, like telecom, like CBC, like banks, certain truck companies. So CBC is definitely federal regulated. So under federal regulated, the law is the Canadian Labor Code. So under Canadian Labor Code, if you're unionized, you get fired, you can't sue for a wrongful dismissal. You have to go through a grievance process with your union, which you're gonna have an arbitrator can decide either reinstate you or not reinstate you, maybe give you some severance package, but definitely not sue for $50 million. So which he can claim is CBC breached confidence and damaged his privacy. Okay, what happened on Sunday? Sunday he put a 1,000 word of status update on the Facebook. I can even argue by 2014 today, your work and your privacy, the borderline is actually not very clear anymore. Your work can be your privacy. Your work can be your private life. You can't really claim that, especially after Don Sterling's video, Ray Rice's video. Whatever you done in the private, if it's damaged your employer, especially like CBC, such a big corporation, they must talk to their lawyer and deem something like that has to happen. So I think Jian Ghomeshi, you have not a single chance to even get 1% close to that. If CBC is really being an ass, I give you a 2-week severance. There's nothing you can do. By law here in Canada, I know when I first realized that, it sounds really crazy. Employer can let employee go without cost. As long as I pay you enough severance, which satisfies you. If you're not satisfied, if you have a merit, right, go to the legal process. They can let you go by any time and don't even have to give you a reason. Go apply your EI. Okay, the second part I want to talk about is your career choice. Okay, why do I think this case related to you? How many times, this happens to myself, it happened to you, probably happened to you for sure. It's all a learning process. Don't tell me you never get fired before. I get fired before. It's everybody learn from your mistake, right? If by the time, like him, CBC has a meeting with him privately, the more you say, the more you disclose, it's easy for them to fire you. I know it sounds bad. Sounds like you shouldn't be honest with your employer, but they have their concern, you have your concerns. If you guys are already into this stage, in a regular job, it's kind of like performance review. Your supervisor tell you, okay, your performance is substandard, so this is what we need. If you can't do this, we have to let you go. And if you're not happy with your job, you wake up at 8:30 in the morning and you don't know why I go to work, or your organization goal is contradicted to your personal goal. I don't think you should keep doing whatever you don't like, right? And here is North America. I personally believe your work is your identity. And in 2014, your privacy and your personal life and your work life, I can even argue that it's not very like cut and dry, black and white. I mean, you can't expect that your private life doesn't go on to the public. With nowadays Facebook, Twitter, everything, it's work-life balance. It's almost impossible. You have to sacrifice, especially young people like us. If you want to leave the rat race, like the little rat running around every day, you have to work. You have to work hard. I mean, sure, in France, you don't have to work past 30 hours. Move to France, I mean, here in Canada, sorry, I might sound Asian. I always talk about work. This is just a part of. This is just the life you really choose. If I were Jian Ghomeshi, okay, CBC had a meeting with me. You know what? If I feel like I'm gonna incriminate myself, I just sorry. No comment. No comment. You prove it yourself. You CBC, go prove yourself, right? I mean, go fire me. Go fire me. Fire me. I don't have to comment on anything. People like him have such a long experience, 12 years experience doing such a good program like Q. You can totally start your own shop. You don't have to rely on CBC. Now, guess what? You burn the bridge down. You put everything on Facebook. CBC can even say something like, okay, you damage our brand, right? We don't have to give you anything. Excuse me. Just remember this. Tomorrow, 8:30 when you wake, 8:30 when you go to work, ask yourself, is my identity still here according to my career goal? If I don't know, if I ask myself, I'm not happy with my job, guess what? Look for something else. Start your own business. Go to school, find happiness. Okay? If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. Thanks.